Andrew, let's talk about how beef fits into all of this. There was the Senate luncheon yesterday. J.D. Vance, the vice president, stopped by to talk to senators there and kind of got an earful from a bunch of them about this idea of importing beef from Argentina and perhaps hurting those ranchers in America.
Yeah, I was told that inside the room, around 6 or 7 Republican senators confronted J.D. Vance about this issue quite directly. And at one point, he actually responded kind of in a joking manner, saying, does anybody have any questions not about beef? And I think it just underscores the fact that we've got this situation here where Republicans have chosen this issue that they feel comfortable pushing back on the administration on. I mean, it's kind of surprising when you consider all the other things that they've been willing to sort of excuse, sort of talk away in favor of the administration and of the president. But they're hearing directly from their constituents, from farmers, ranchers, especially we're talking about senators who represent these farm-heavy states, not afraid to speak out on this issue in particular. And I was told that a couple of senators even mentioned President Trump's Truth Social post on the issue, in which he essentially tried to insult farmers and ranchers and insinuate that they didn't understand the realities of the situation. So Republican senators were quite flabbergasted, not only by that Truth Social post, but by the fact that the president and the administration don't seem to be listening to the concerns that they have, again, especially from these agriculture-heavy states that they represent.
And, Jim, again, there's that disconnect, whether you have Marjorie Taylor Greene going, hey, what are we doing here? Well, we're hurting our own people with these health care cuts. You've got Republicans that are actually yesterday they passed a resolution in the Senate saying you got to end these tariffs against Brazil. You can't put a tariff on somebody and declare an emergency because you personally don't like what they're doing to an ex-president there. It's Josh Hawley writing op-ed saying, come on, let's get this moving. And then, of course, senators castigating J.D. Vance and really taking issue with the president insulting farmers.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's still, it's rare when any of these Republicans really speak out against Trump himself, but there has to be frustration. Usually a president doesn't go overseas in the middle of a shutdown, right? Just the optics aren't great, and you want to be seen sort of trying to solve this problem, mainly because you ultimately hit this deadline where you run out of ways to pay for these vital programs for a lot of people. And when people get hit, that's when they pay attention to politics. Like, we all get obsessed about whatever's happening in the day. Most people have lives. They're not paying attention to this stuff until suddenly their beef prices are higher, or you're a cattleman and your industry suddenly feels much less lucrative, or you're having to pay a much higher health care premium, and that's a big chunk of your take-home income. Then you do start to pay attention, and then you do start to speak out in politics. And that's where Congress is a pretty good early indicator of what's happening in the district or back home, because they're hearing this. They wouldn't say something to J.D. Vance if they weren't actually getting a lot of pressure back home. They want to just love J.D. Vance and Trump and make sure that they love them back, right? But so when they do it, it means there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's like my love for Comcast.
Oh, God.
Really, right?
Oh, yeah.
But don't
unconditional.
What do I say? We go to
except when it doesn't work.
What I'm going to talk about.
You get that.
How great the service is.
Error, Mika. That was user
error is my fault.
Really?
It's my fault.
Always our fault.
Always.
Senior congressional reporter for Punchbowl News, Andrew Desideria, thank you very much for coming on this morning. So we're also following